No, it's the hardest word to say, isn't it, Nancy? It's the shortest. But
Absolutely.
N-O.
Yeah.
And yet it is a vital skill to learn. And I think there is such a thing as the grace of saying no. It's grace from God to us when we're enabled to say it. And it's grace to our families and friends who benefit from us saying no as well.
We're actually serving others better.
It is.
If we say no to the things that God doesn't have on his to-do list for us in this moment or this season.
And that's the key, isn't it, is to keep God in front of us. It's God is continually squeezed out by our own ambition or by other people's expectations.
Right.
And it's to try and keep God big and man small, as Ed Welch says. And I think that's the key to the ability to say no. It's keeping God there. And so that we say yes to what he wants us to say yes to and no to what he wants us to say no to.
But then we've got to be not motivated by fear, fear of man, guilt, so many of the things that sometimes drive us to say yes to things that deep in our heart we know this isn't the right time or the season for that, or I don't have the capacity for that. But we say, I'll do that.
Exactly. And women especially, because we're supposedly are better at multitasking, are more prone to fall into that. I can do it because I can think, I can drive, I can fix this problem in the back of the car with my kids, I can plan tomorrow's party
all
for the
at
kids
same time.
and fix dinner tonight, all at the same time, while maybe bring something to my husband who's maybe forgotten something. Or, you know, we look at ourselves sometimes as I can fix everything, or I will fix everything. And, you know, God has another command in Scripture which we tend to ignore, and it's this: be still and know that I am God. And it's one of my favourite verses because, you know, when I'm frazzled, when I'm stressed, when I've got so much on my plate and my to-do list is as long as a week when I have to supposedly get it done today, if I remind myself, be still and know that I am God, that helps me cut out the non-essentials. It helps me look at that and say, well, Lord, help me to do what you want me to do today, not what I would like to get done, because there's no end to that.
Right.
I'd like my house perfectly clean, a perfect meal, laundry perfect. Well, my husband's perfect anyway, but you understand, and that is a challenge. And I think it's the same is true in the workplace. If you're in, especially in corporate business today, the targets are endless. So you will never reach the point at which you've done enough. And there again, if you remember that, yes, you're serving your boss, but above all, you're serving the Lord, that helps you look at the opportunities to stay at work every night, working late, and look and say, well, is that going to benefit me physically, emotionally? Is it going to have negative spiritual consequences? Is it going to benefit the kingdom of Christ? Is it going to benefit my employer? And be still and know that I am God helps you look at that objectively and say, okay, perhaps I'll stay late tonight, but the next 2 nights I need to make sure I'm home on time because I have other greater priorities. And if I'm in bed on time at night and I'm rested and relaxed, I will actually give my employer more tomorrow than I would if I work late.